All right, guys, so we're over at the mill and we're setting up and we're going to face off the upper way cover or gib, whatever you prefer to call it. And the way we're setting this up is we've got some 5/8 pins, and the 5/8 pins fit good and tight in the mill slots. So we're just going to put two 5/8 pins in there, and then we're going to take our 1, 2, 3 block, and we're going to set those in there. Now, if you actually wanted to set it to this lip, you can put the 1, 2, 3 block this way and put it in. But really and truly, what I'm doing, it doesn't matter. We're going to create a new lip and take care of it that way. So we got it pressed up against there. And like I said, these 5/8 pins is always good to have several different lengths for different setups. All right, so we're going to come in and set up our middle clamp here. Got a little spacer we're putting under here, a little aluminum spacer. Okay, same setup on the other side. Now I'm not putting an aluminum spacer in the middle because that is a piece of aluminum. All right, let's tighten them up. All right, so now we got to get our 1, 2, 3 blocks out, our pins. All right, so now we're ready to set up the cut. Let's get some of this out of the way here. Take the blocks off the table. All right, so what we have is we have a fly cutter, and have it set up with a carbide cemented tool, and this stuff's pretty rough on tools. Now I've already done the other one. I'm hoping this tool will hold up through this one. Looks good. So all we're going to do now is we're going to bring our table up. All right, so what my measurements are telling me is we have a 55,000th step between the top portion of the machine and the ram way. So this right here is like 50 thousandths. And I'm just cleaning this up. It's almost perfect like it is, but I want to set it up to where I can shim this top to fit. So when we do our work later on, we can adjust the shims to fit it, keep on fitting it without having to remachine it again. Now this setup, first thing we're going to do is come in here and we're going to take 20 thousandths off of the main portion that fits the machine, probably in 2 passes, and then we're going to take 10 thousandths off the actual gib itself where it rides. So all right, I'm going to back up the cameras a little bit. Well, actually, let's leave them right there. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn our machine on. I got to go turn on my converter. So, all right, guys, so what I've done before we've done anything here is I've went in and I've tightened up all my gibs, make sure we get a good, and as level as pass as possible. And this is a 50-year-old mill, so, or 45-year-old mill, so it's got some wear in it. And so we're going to go from so what we're going to do is we got it running about 500 RPM. And we're going to bring our table up. Now I'm looking at, I got a clearance issue right here, so I'm going to come down a little bit. Bring my table back up. Bring my mill head down some. Okay. where we're going to touch at. We're going to set a 0 to there. All right, I'm going to back out. Right in the knee. Feed in our wire. We're going to feed this all the way back. And we're just going to feed it moderate speed. All right, so that 10 thousandths pass cleaned up everything but a couple little areas right in here and right in that area right there. All right, so we're going to unlock our table. We're going to come up another 10 thousandths. Feed back in on our Y. Another pass. All right, guys, so we got most of it off. We vacuumed up the area a little bit. And what we want to do now, though, is we want to switch our clamps to the back side because we want to cut this area here. But I don't want to move the part. We're going to keep it in the same place as it is. So what we're going to do is first clean this little area up. Is we're going to take this clamp here. All right, this clamp, remove it to the back in the middle. Alrighty, then we want to take this clamp, move it to the back. All right, so we want this surface to be 65 thousandths. So basically we took 20 off of here, we want to take 10 off of here. So let's go back, take our C, drop our tool by our table back down to all right, guys. So here's the finished product. Machined out I'm gonna call these the ways. The gibs for the top. Basically, it's a way cover, and then this is your gib. And I've machined these where they're a slight interference fit, and to where I would have to shim this to get a good clearance in it. So we're gonna put it on. First thing I'm gonna do though is, now I've already shimmed this side and got it lubricated. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. I didn't really want to do this, but drop a little bit of oil in there. Because I just got to clean it all out again. Okay, so we got our, no shims in this side yet, so the way I do this is I'm going to fit it, and I'm going to clamp down on it, and we'll see where we at. Now these bolts in this machine are 1/2 inch 12, and that helps us date this machine to probably more than anything as far as pre-1900, because sometime around 1900 you didn't see 1/2 inch 12 anymore. They're not British Wentworth threads either. They're 60-degree V threads. I've already checked that, and so I'm gonna have to make some. I'm gonna have to make some more replacement bolts here. All right, I'm gonna tighten this up, and I'm not tightening them real tight. I'm just snugging them. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can drag it through where we at. Now, if you look, there's no clearance in here. Like I said, it's got an interference fit in it, and it's a clamp. Right, so it doesn't move. That's what I want. So what I start doing then is I'll start backing off on the screws. And so we'll start back here, and we're just going to take just a slight turn. I mean, just an ever so slight turn. Okay. And we try. There we go. So we got it fit pretty good in this pallet jack. So that's exactly what I want. Now I had to put a fair amount of shim in on this side. I'd cut it closer. This one, I was shooting for about 5/1000 shim, and I think it's going to be less than that on this side. Like I said, you see how much. Now find out. Let's clamp this one. All right, tighten it back up. Okay, let's still move. Let's tighten this one back up. Alright, so that one, it's got a firm grip. Okay. Wrong way. Tighten that one back up. Alright, that one's got a firm grip. You tighten this one up. There you have it. So looks like it's machined nice and even. I'm going to come in here, and I'm not going to do it today. This is probably going to be it for today. We'll come in here and start putting shims in and doing that tightening. And as long as we're clamping it, we need another shim. But as soon as we can tighten it down and it won't move, we'll have it in the right spot. Guys, so one identifying feature of this shaper may be this bearing housing right here. It's a screw fit. It actually screws in to the casting, and the drive shaft goes through. Now, back to the half behind machining that people did, and again, this could have been worked on sometime in the past, but this bearing in here looks like it should have a oil hole here, and it is the bearing. Now this wasn't done in the past. This was done at the manufacturer. There's no hole drilled to lubricate that bearing. There is one here, and I think it looks like it's through on this one, but this one didn't even go through. The bronze bearing is solid underneath it. The next thing is this was poured Babbitt. Now there is a hole right here where you poured a Babbitt. And it's never been drilled. It's still got the Babbitt in it from when they poured it. So there was no way to lubricate this Babbitt bearing. So again, like I said, cutting costs, not real good machining. And this could have been done later on, redone at some point in time. I don't know. I don't think so. I think this is the original. So I'm going to have to re-pour this Babbitt. There is nothing really in here left. I mean, I don't know, it may be. I'm gonna have to melt it out. I see the groove. So this might be a way to help identify this machine. If anybody's ever seen a machine with a screw-on bearing housing like this, that might be one source of identifying it. And then, like I said, the machine work on the machine is second rate. It ain't great. We're gonna make it better though. So we're working on it. And what I'm doing now is I'm slowly gonna put it together. I've already got the bull gear back in, and the bearing housing on. I got to put all the innards in. I should have some Babbitt here in the next week or so, and we're going to pour this Babbitt bearing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to install it, set up the shaft, and it doesn't split, so you're going to have to kind of pour it all. And it looks like it may even have a thrust surface here with Babbitt, and maybe back here. So we're going to have to set that up, and we're going to set it up in the machine where we can get it good and straight and in the right position and pour that Babbitt. That's next week or two. Guys, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe if you hadn't subscribed, hit the like button. Just give me some feedback on what's going on. And I'm going to call that a day. So from the Backyard Machine Shop, so long.